Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Another day, another drama, and today we're going to be talking about Blair White calling out Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson getting caught in a lie. If you haven't seen my previous video titled Shane Dawson Really Said This, I will link that in a card up over here as well as down in the description box down below, so definitely make sure you go and check that out as well. Alright, let's go ahead and get on into the drama. Blair White took to her Instagram to release several posts where she calls out Jeffree Star and says that he has manipulated her in the past. Here's what Blair had to say over on her Instagram. Blair said, "Jeffree Star is a monster. Quote me. I was recently manipulated in a huge way by this man. I was told information by him that was making my stomach turn for almost a month. Now I'm watching him allow my friend Shane be destroyed over some he caused. I'm scared to speak up, but I feel disgusting holding my tongue. I spoke with Shane during the Tati, Jeffree, James drama. He was devastated it was happening, and he expressed genuine shock at the extent which Tati came for James. Did Jeffree orchestrate it? Probably. Did Shane? In my opinion, no. He told me that no one deserved what was happening. That's what I know. Contrary to popular belief, I've never met Jeffree. We are not friends, nor have I ever been on a PR list. After some drama channels ran with the narrative that we were friends, we finally spoke in one FaceTime call. What he told me during that call and how he manipulated me is sickening. I need to really think about if I should come forward with this. He put me in a horrific position." She then showed a screenshot of her FaceTime calls where you can see that she had a FaceTime call with Jeffree Star and said, "I don't have to say to you, Jeffree. Release the receipts you keep teasing and get the heat off Shane's back, or I'll do a video myself." And I have to completely agree with Blair here. Jeffree keeps saying that he has all these receipts, and he went on the Mom's Basement podcast, and he has some more receipts, and I agree. Like, you either need to show those receipts, or just stop talking about them. You know, put up or shut up. Say it with your chest or go away. But I also think that if Blair is bringing this out and she's calling Jeffree out to release his receipts, I feel like Blair should come forward with what she has to say, because if she doesn't do that, then she's doing the exact same thing that Jeffree is doing, where she's saying, I have these receipts on Jeffree now because we had this call and he manipulated me and I don't know if I should come forward. This is making me sick to my stomach. If you're going to say that you have those kind of receipts on him, I think that you need to do the same thing that you're telling him to do and come forward and share those receipts so everybody can see the side of Jeffree that you saw during that call. Now, if you're unaware of the receipts that Blair is referring to, these are receipts from Dramageddon 2 when Jeffree Star sent a text message to James laying out all the information that he has on him and people that are going to be coming out to make videos and all this other stuff from Dramageddon 2. If you weren't around for that, here is what Jeffree sent to James. Jeffree said, "Grayson is going on camera shortly to finally tell the world how you tried to him and touch him in his sleep. It made him uncomfortable for months, you sick. Next, Zach will be going on camera to tell how twisted and sick you were, trying to get him to like you, and then make him feel bad when he didn't want to send you photos back. Then Sam from Seattle will be joining me and Cameron to talk about you trapping him in the hotel room. You need to be locked in prison for a very long time. You need the internet taken away from you. You are a danger to society." So there you see from that text message from Jeffree to James that he had this entire plan laid out of like, okay, this person's going to make a video followed by this person making a video, and this person's going to talk about what happened here, and this person's going to talk about what happens there. Well, you have all these receipts, and for some reason you never presented them. I know you didn't put this information out there, and James did, but the fact that you sent him all this information saying, here's what's going to happen to you next, if you're going to keep bringing this up like you did in Mom's Basement, which we'll get into next, then you either need to put these out or you need to stop talking about them altogether. All right, let's go ahead and hop on over to the Mom's Basement podcast where Jeffree Star had to say this in regards to Keemstar's question.
Is James Charles a danger to society? Is he a predator?
Keem. Listen.
That was a long pause. Long pause, though.
I have to ask this.
Listen. There's a long pause because it's a very complicated situation. So before I answer, the ending banks was me, James, and Tati all making peace so the internet can go back to being the internet, because it was getting so ugly and dark. But
it got crazy.
Yeah, so
I hopped in a little bit.
People do want to put together the parallels of this 10-year situation and me saying this stuff about James. It's a very complicated question. And why?
I know, but like it's the same scenario though, because like if James is actually a danger, right? then this is
Yes.
the opportunity, like the Darby thing, where you can say something, you know what I mean? Or is like, maybe you shouldn't have put that tweet out. Like, which one is it? Like, I'm sorry, Jeffree, but I have to ask.
No,
you know?
and I'm 100% comfortable with that. It's going to upset a lot of people, but the truth is that someone, and right now I legally can't say who, told us a few things. And we trusted that person's opinion. And then another person said some things that was friends with that man. And it really convinced us that he was a predator.
Is this another case of what happened before with the other guy?
No, this is some...
Is there a possibility of that? Because, I mean, they were telling you about this guy, which turned out to be true now. Is this possible with James?
From what I remember with all the drama, you didn't actually ever say flat out like you saw it. Like, it was always in the proper context of like, listen, like, I'm speaking about this from kind of the view of like the circle of people that we've been discussing this with, kind of sort of thing. Like, I don't think it's similar in the sense that you flat out said, I saw some, you know what I mean?
Similar enough. I'm sorry. It's similar enough.
I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's similar, but it's people that are in our community that are saying things, and I don't know if they're true or not.
But this is exactly the same thing that happened before, right?
It's actually not.
What?
So if you want, we can pause, and I can go in another room and play Banks what I have on my phone, and he can determine if he would have sent the same tweet. At the end of the day, I'm not going to out a victim of James Charles.
Okay.
Yeah, we
If it's real, because I don't know if it's real, and I'll go in the other room and play it for you.
subjects to the
It's
subject.
because everyone wants to make me, you ruined James Charles' career. No, Tati did and uploaded a 40-minute video about him, and she should have never uploaded that.
Yeah, that's why.
But she did. And for some reason, James thinks that me and Shane tried to ruin his life and orchestrated the whole thing. Like we care.
So again, there we have on Mom's Basement, where Jeffree Star talks about the entire situation again. Now I know that Jeffree didn't bring this up and that Keemstar did, but he could have simply responded by saying, Keemstar, I do not want to talk about this. This is in the past. We've moved on. We're not going to discuss it. We're going to move on to the next topic. But instead, he decided to say, well, I have another voice memo or a voicemail or something on my phone that I can take Banks into the next room and play, and you can tell me if you were sent this message that you would have sent out that tweet. And I understand that, yes, he does not want to out an alleged victim of James Charles, and I completely agree that that is not his story to tell. But with these previous things where you're talking about Grayson and Cameron and Sam, all those receipts you already had ready to go, and that information was put out there by James with your plan. So if you have these receipts and they're all ready to go, I don't understand why you just don't drop them and just get this whole thing over with. Just like I don't understand why Tati keeps releasing all these cryptic tweets with the songs attached to them. If you're going to say something, then say it. If not, then just stop. Alright, let's go ahead and move on over to this Shane Dawson drama, where he got caught in a lie with putting the drama Get Into Drama in his trailer for his series with Jeffree Star. Now, if you've seen my previous video about Shane's statement that he released, he included this information in his statement. Shane wrote, "Putting drama in the trailer was something I regret more than anything in the world, and I'm mad I chose tea over my morals. I'm really sorry to Tati and James if me putting their drama in the series at all felt like I was reopening wounds. Although I did speak to both of them privately about the trailer, I should have never done it at all." And he was doubling down on a statement that he made on Instagram after the trailer dropped when he said the following.
So, the trailer. Obviously, and I don't know how much I want to get into this because I feel like weird because he's not here, so it's like talking about this while he's not in the room is kind of weird, but I sent the trailer to James. I feel like I can say that. I'm very open with everybody. Like, anytime I talk about anybody in a video or anything, Nikki tutorials, like anybody I've ever talked about or whatever, I always reach out to them first. I always make sure they're okay with it. I always make sure that they know I'm not trying to fuck them over or whatever. So, sent James a trailer. He obviously was scared and like, oh my God, like, I just got over this. I don't want to deal with this again. Like, what? But he trusted me, and I was like, trust me. And he was like, okay, I trust you.
So in Shane's own words, he told James just to trust him, and James did. Well, it turns out that James actually asked Shane kindly to not include that into the trailer, and he did it anyways. And this comes from a statement released by his friend Cassie. Cassie wrote, "I find it quite the comedy that Shane, quote, regrets putting it in the trailer more than anything in the world. Funny, he didn't seem to have quote-unquote morals when he, quote, spoke privately to them before blasting it for millions and millions of people to speculate when James kindly asked him not to post that trailer because it would reopen wounds he was still trying to heal from. Oh yeah, I remember that. I was right there when he got the text from Shane saying he was still gonna post it. And he did. T. And if anybody knows who the original source was for this screenshot or for the Instagram story, let me know and I will link them down in the description. I found these on Twitter and I couldn't find the original source, so I want to make sure that I do give credit where credit is due. But there we have it from James's own friend who was in the room with him, where he asked him kindly to not include that in the trailer, and he did anyways. So Shane clearly put drama at the forefront of this series to get views, let's be honest. That's just the truth. And then when he didn't include the drama into the series is when he started to get backlash on Twitter, and then he did that poll where he was like, do people want to know more about drama or more about the business? And it was pretty evenly split that people wanted the drama in there. So that's when he did that last episode where he included the drama, so that way he could save face, let's be honest. But that is everything that I have for today's video, so I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think that Blair is right and that Jeffree needs to show those receipts? Or do you think that Jeffree's just going to hold on to those for the next time that he needs them? Do you think that if Blair is calling out Jeffree for his receipts, that Blair needs to release her receipts that she has on Jeffree as well? Or do you think it's okay for her to not release them, even though she is calling out him to release his? What do you think about Shane saying that he wished he never included drama in the trailer and that he chose tea over morals, and that statement was a double down from his Instagram live? Or do you think that he did it on purpose just to be able to get more views? What do you think about Cassie's statement where she was in the room with James and James asked him kindly to not include it, but he said he was going to do it anyways? Do you think that was wrong of Shane, or do you think that he's in his right to do it because it's his video? Let me know what you think about everything down in the comments below. If you like this video, please make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, I greatly appreciate it if you could hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all so you'll be notified of every time I upload a new video. Alright, that's everything for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!